You think there's anything in Bill James's life that isn't like broken down to numbers? Like human interaction. You're talking to Bill James, like, Bill, would you like some seconds at Thanksgiving? He's like, oh, 72. And it's like, well, what the hell does that mean, Bill James? Like, well, that's the probability that I want to eat more turkey on Thanksgiving. This guy, man, everything is a number with him. I'm looking at Baseball Reference over this, who's going to be eligible for the Hall of Fame and who's not. And I'm talking to Stu Gatz about it because we're talking about Adam Dunn, Dan. Adam Dunn is eligible this year for the first time for the Hall of Fame, right? So I see these numbers, and I'm like, what are these stats? HOFS, HOFM, all this and that. And, like, some of the numbers are crazy. HOFM on Baseball Reference. I don't know if you know what HOFM is. Neither did I. So HOFM...
Is it Hall of Fame related?
It's Bill James Hall of Fame monitor. And if it's higher than 100, they're likely to get into the Hall of Fame. And if it's under 100, they're less likely to get into the Hall of Fame. You want me to go over the HOFMs for some of these people, Dan?
Please.
Adam Dunn, the first guy that we talked about, and Stu Gatz made a great point for Adam Dunn getting into the Hall of Fame. Stu Gatz, would you like to share that point?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he was hired to do one thing, two things, be a lumberjack and hit home runs, and no one did their job as well as Adam Dunn. He is deserving of being in the Hall of Fame.
But I
don't care about the 237 career batting average.
Or the million strikeouts.
Well, here's the HOFM on that, Dan. If you remember, over 100 likely, under 100 less likely. His HOFM is 75. Less likely. Alfonso Soriano's HOFM, 105.
So he's saying likely to get into the Hall of Fame, Alfonso Soriano.
But Bobby Abreu's is 95.
Ooh, he's close.
Wait a second. Didn't Soriano have a thing, though?
Scott Rowland, 99.
Wow.
Oh, he's right on it there.
Barry Bonds, 340. Tell me how you get that number, Bill James.
I think he had a thing.
I'm totally good with Bill James just telling us who should be in the Hall of Fame.
That's the problem. That's really the problem. Is too many people are too good with Bill James deciding what should go on in baseball. All right, Bill James, you're not baseball god. Go away. Enough of these stats.
Wow.
Everything is a stat with Bill James.
But he was.
I'm telling you, you can't get a yes and no from him. You just get ones and zeros. The guy speaks in binary code.
Why would you be okay with Bill James deciding who gets to the Hall of Fame?
Because he's going
Who's Bill James?
Because he's someone who studies things and actually has measurements for things, and he cares about baseball. What do you mean? Who's Bill James?
He literally.
Who the bleep are you?
I study things. I mean, I study him as well, and I did a lot of research on Adam Dunn. He's a lumberjack.
You have no respect for anything or anyone. You love the who the hell is Bill James? He's the mathematician who was at the front of all the advanced metrics in sports before decades before others.
If this is the Calculus Hall of Fame, Bill James is welcome to tell me who can get in and who can, who was the best with protractors and all that stuff. Let me see who swings the bat the way I like the bat swung, and I'll tell you who I think should get in the Hall of Fame.
If he was really that smart, he'd have a better name, too, like Malcolm Gladwell. Now, that's a smart name, Bill James.
What are some other smart names? Bill James is not. It's too simple a name. You need some multiple syllables in there for it to be a smart name. It has to be Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Something like that. Yeah, it's two first names. That's the problem. Bill James.
Is that the problem?
It's one of
a
them.
name like Ronnie Cycli.
This is going to shock you guys. His name's not really Bill. It's George William James.
Oh, God.
Please. Go by your first name, Georgie, okay? Enough.
3 first names.